I see your demons, I'm telling them it's on sight. I'm just playing, I don't fight, I do pray. I only go the way of Mr. Yahweh. Try to correct me.
All right, what's up, guys? We're gonna do something a little bit different today. We're just gonna have a good time. Little refresher, little reset here for y'all. I know we've been dropping some intense topics, some good topics to reflect on. So what we're gonna do today, we're just gonna thanks to our guy here, our producer, Mr. Vladimir. We're gonna be able to now share YouTube videos, and we're just gonna comment on them. Basically,
tell them how we did it. Yeah.
So we picked a few influencers, a few people that have definitely some knowledge, podcasts that we listen to, a few comedians, and we're just gonna review some of their shorts.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna pick the short. We're just gonna type it live as we're talking, and whatever comes out, and
totally random short. And once we click it, we're going to watch the video. You're going to watch or listen to the video, and then we're going to share a quick thought and move on to the next.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say the name, and then you're going to give me a number.
Okay, perfect.
And then that's going to be the number of the short.
All right, let's go.
So we're going to start with Hormozi, of course. Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Is it Hormozi or Hormozi? That's the real question. Okay, here we go. Short. Oh, wait, James, pick a number.
7.
7. Heaven. Okay, how do I... This is a short, right? So here we go. Here you go.
I got a lawyer letter from a gym owner trying to sue me for using his copy. But here's the funny thing. The copy that he said that I was using, he had stolen from me. So many people had used my ad copy that he didn't even know that he was stealing my copy. He sent his lawyer over to say, cease and desist. And I said, hey, bro, why don't I just show you the first screenshot of the time that I used this ad? If you can show me that you used this thing before me, I'll happily. And his own lawyer was like, I'm deeply apologize for how stupid my client was. I got a lawyer letter
okay, I'm
from
gonna be honest
with
you. This was a totally useless clip for me. It added zero value to me.
Well, depends how you see it. I think if you look at it from just a quick context like that, yeah. But if you look at it as some battles are meant to be fought, some battles aren't.
Yeah. It's a good takeaway.
And the other guy probably didn't even come up with it. He obviously got it from somewhere. So why would you go sue somebody when you didn't create it? But
well, I think just suing someone for ad copy as a premise is pretty dumb.
Yeah, I think so too. I think.
No thoughts are original anymore.
Unless they actually stole your business name.
Yeah, exactly.
Suing for anything else outside of that, brand colors, anything like that, I think that's dumb.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless they look very disgustingly similar, they're new and you already did your part.
Hey listeners, real quick, this is Andrea, executive at Profitable Cleaner. We have listened to your requests, and instead of having you wait 1 year to be in community through our event, we're putting together the Profitable Cleaner community. Want to learn more? Text JOIN, that is JOIN, to 720-594-6125 to join our waitlist. Now, back to the show.
All right, pick a number, James.
4.
We're going to do PVD, shorts. Oh, dude, the crazy part about doing this is that we might get a topic left, right, middle, curveball. We don't know. Oh, God. 4? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
And are we basing it up? Do you want to do latest, oldest, popular?
Let's just do popular.
Okay.
All right.
Say you have your kid, and your 9-year-old kid comes to my house, and we're hanging out. And your son, you're like, hey, Pat, I want my son to get closer to you because I want him to be a better business guy. And I say, hey, Junior, yeah, what's up? Do you know how boys have sex with boys? You're like, I don't want to say anything because Pat's got a high ESG score. You're going to be like, Pat, I'm sorry. What are you doing, bro? Look, I'm teaching the guy yes and those options. Maybe he's gay. What are you getting upset about? You're going to say, dude, can I ask you a question? What's that? Talk to him about business all you want. Unless if I tell you to straighten out my kids and talk about this topic because I gave you the permission, don't ever talk about that with my kids ever again. Made me very uncomfortable. He's right. We should not debate that topic. It's between the father and his kid. He gives me permission of what to talk to his kid about. Okay, say you have your kid and you're...
This one's pretty easy for me. I 100% agree with Patrick, but David right here. I do not.
Why?
Well, I don't... believe that talking about sexual preference or even just sexual like topics in general with a child that's not yours should ever be allowed, right? Unless the parent, for whatever reason, gave approval due to a situation or something of that sort. 100%, dude. If someone approached my sons and they had a discussion with them without me being there or my knowledge or my permission about sexuality of any topic, hell yeah, we have a big problem. I definitely think that is something, especially with children, that you need to be protected about and need to be guarded on.
Boom. I love it. And I 100% agree. All right. We got a former Navy SEAL, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so. Let's go 5.
5. How do I
Click his picture.
I'm gonna go popular again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
Yep.
I don't even know what's happening.
Somebody sent me this clip of people at a Pride March shouting out, "We're here, we're queer, and we're coming for your children." Of course, when they were called out on this, they just said, "Hey, it's a joke, it's mockery." You know, kind of like the Gay Men's Choir in San Francisco, who said the exact same thing. So I get it. You guys like jokes. I've got one for you. Once upon a time, there was a bunch of people that threatened to mess with other people's children. And then when they tried to make good on the attempt, they were brutally mauled beyond recognition by a father who identified as a grizzly bear. See, it's funny because it would be true. So
1. Okay. I like the sarcasm that came with it. I believe in freedom of speech. I think that's what makes this country great. But I also think you get to be careful when you say, we're gay, we're here, we're queer, we're coming for your children. That is not it. I'm pretty conservative, man. And I just don't agree with what's going on. I think there's a lot of confused people, and I think there's a lot of hatred. I think from both parties. I think we have to approach everything with love. But I'm not even a father, but if someone were to say anything close around my kids, I would probably lose my shit.
Yeah, totally. I agree with everything you just said, especially the freedom of speech part. So you are allowed to activate that, which is what they were doing. I also believe in boundaries. And I think a boundary's crossed there, especially when you, again, involve children. We had no idea that children would even come up in these last 2 videos, but yeah, totally. And again, you get protective of children. Yeah.
The crazy part is we did two shorts looking for the popular videos, and that is the conversations right now. That is the popular videos that are coming out.
Like that's kind of
right
like
now.
sad to me, that like
the shorts are basically the popular videos about protection of kids.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's wild.
That's the world we're in today.
Let's go 4.
4 popular?
Yeah, whatever.
1, 2, 3.
Another Navy SEAL here.
4. Here we go.
I've had 2 friends do lie detector tests that debriefed me on it.
Yeah.
And one of them was a super kind of honest guy. And he got crushed by the lie detector test. He just as soon as they because they make you lie to it so you can see what it does.
Yeah.
And as soon as they even started to get to the thing that he was supposed to lie about, it went off the rails.
Huh. What? So what? It said he was lying when he wasn't.
They say, hey, okay, Echo, think of a number between 1 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
You got it in your head? Mm-hmm. Okay, now when I ask you if that's the number, say no. Mm-hmm. And I go, what were you thinking of 1? Mm-hmm. And you go, no. Were you thinking of 2? And you say no. Were you thinking of 3? And if you were thinking of 3, all of a sudden that thing starts going off the rails. So that's how they set you up. I've had 2 friends do.
I don't know what I just watched.
Debrief me on it.
Yeah, I think that was a pretty useless clip as well. But you know where my mind did go in that? To the show we watched last night.
The push?
Yeah, the push.
Bro, this is a setup. The way they talk, they'll set you up.
Exactly. So we were talking about last night we were talking about how people can be manipulated. Like anyone can be manipulated, even if you believe you can't, you're aware, you have a strong mindset. And Angel brought up this show called The Push, and it's basically where they set people up. They have actors, but then they set up a real person to confess to doing something. And
Yeah,
this guy
they
confessed
confessed
to
the
a
guy
murder.
to a murder, literally, and he didn't ever committed it. But they set everything up to where his whole reality was completely changed and influenced. Triggers that puts them in that situation. So,
No doubt. And it was so weird because when he actually confessed to the murder, that was like that was an easy confession, but it was 3 days of manipulation, small manipulations leading up to it.
if you haven't watched The Push, watch The Push. I feel like let's click one more.
If you follow the thread of what's bothering you to the truth, then you can actually deal with it. So when there's something that's bothering you, if you follow it and you pull the thread to figure out why it's actually bothering you, then you can deal with the problem. So often in this day and age, we let our emotions replace thought. We just feel the emotion, and that's what we utilize to react with. And by the way, what do we react? We don't react by self-correcting. We react by lashing out at other people. This is like...
Yeah. Most people are scared. We talked about this, right? Most people are. I think when you're bothered about something that's triggering, it's a secondary thing. It's a secondary emotion. I think you have to like dig deep and figure out what's bothering you exactly.
No doubt. One of my favorite quotes, and this video reminds me of it, is don't act how you feel. You will feel how you act.
Yeah. And right now, I think in this world, people don't want to do that.
No,
everyone wants validation based on their emotion and doesn't even know what they're actually feeling or going through.
Yeah, I can't remember who said this just recently, but like we shouldn't be feeling good all the time. But we're always preaching to ourselves, to everyone around us, like feel good, feel better, think positive. And it's like it's impossible to feel good all the time. So when we feel good or strive to feel good all the time, we're constantly let down.
Yeah, I think you gotta be careful with your emotions. And even in the Bible, it says not to trust your emotions, right? To like, be careful. That's all we're gonna say. Especially as business owners, entrepreneurs, parents. When people depend on you, your emotions have to be well checked. Okay, here we go.
Here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and hit 7.
You like that number, huh?
John Elway, baby.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, this one doesn't.
Her
6, 7.
Her grid is different.
Okay.
Something that women say to me all the time. Why don't you make your husband a sandwich? Okay. Is he hungry? Does he want a sandwich? Did he say something? I make my husband food. The last 4 nights, I made my husband dinner. Like, I don't understand this weird they're trying to shame women for taking care of their families. Like, that is another element of feminism that I cannot stand. It's an attack on family and these things that work. It works. Right. Men are biologically unable to have children. So the aspiration to climb a ladder forever, to wake up every single day and not have to worry about being pregnant for 9 months, I mean, that makes sense. We're different creatures,
I think that's like a troll, though. No, it's like all you're good for is like, yo, make me something to eat.
No, that whole concept came from rabid feminists. Like there was something wrong with being in the kitchen, right?
Oh, okay.
And this was sort of this push of women get out of the home and go to work, which has made so many women miserable. So many women miserable. Something that women say to me all the time. Why don't you make your husband a sandwich? Okay.
Something that women say to me all the time. So it's actually not the men telling her to go make a sandwich. It's the women to.
Yeah, and I think the whole go make me a sandwich thing, could be used in a very disrespectful way. And like me growing up, like jokes would be made around that. Yeah. But recently, and I believe what she's saying in her context is it's being used as a political agenda. Like, oh, you care for your husband? You're actually going to make him a sandwich? And she's like, I care for my family. So like, I'm loving my family, and it's an attack on the family structure, which is, I think, a really real thing in today's world.
Yeah, I think the family is under attack right now. I think from both ends, attacking the men, the women, the children. We just saw videos on it. So I 100% agree with her. Doesn't mean, we just had a guest, doesn't mean you can't be an entrepreneur. It doesn't mean that you can't have your own business. You can't do what you want to do as a woman and as a man. but it just means that learning how to have structure as a family is very important, and not allowing others to attack.
Yeah, 100%.
So many families are fragile right now.
I mean, we talked to 2 female guests just yesterday, both of them great entrepreneurs, great wives, great mothers, have great husbands, and they found that blend. And guess what? They have separate roles.
Yeah. And they love when the masculine's a masculine, the feminine is a feminine. They even said, like, we'll jump into each other's court once in a while, but no. That's why I have my husband. That's why I have my wife. Like,
yeah.
There's a good balance.
Yeah, you lead your lane.
Yeah. And so I 100%, I agree with this. And
she's well spoken.
I want to know where family will be 10 years from now. And I can already see that there's people standing up for what family should be, and again, there's no put them in a box. There's just traditions and there's value.
Well, I think like family was under attack it's been under attack, but like I feel like just here recently people are speaking up for the family for the first time in a long time.
What's up, Profitable Cleaner listeners? Quick question for you. Are you using 5 to 7 different platforms just to manage the everyday operations of your commercial cleaning company? If so, let us help you consolidate that into one platform. Introducing you, uSource. Go to usource.com, book your free demo today, and actually get started on your trial for 60 days. No charge for 60 days, all from time and attendance to reporting, vendor management, operations, sales. It's time you stop using 5 to 7 platforms and consolidate into one. So listeners, don't forget, go to usource.com and start your account today. I think there's a revival. I think we're in the middle of a revival. Pick a number. 11. 5, 10, 11. Okay. Well,
without order, without a belief in a transcendent being, without parenting, nuclear family, the society becomes unfree. And that's what's so profound, is that you need more laws, more customs. For example, if you had a society with extremely strong parents, extremely strong neighborhoods, would you need 10,000 laws to monitor every part of human behavior? No. We used to have that country. It's not a hypothetical. It was the 1950s, 60s, 70s, and early 80s. We had very strong families. We had high marriage rates. 50% of marriages did not result in divorce. And we were a freer society. If you talk to your parents, say, well, how did your parents parent you in the 1960s? They said, go out and play at night and come back before dark. Did they lock their doors? No. That's a freer way of living. You didn't worry about walking the streets and someone was going to come mug you. Instead, the deterioration of the morality of the West has made us less free. Without order, without a belief in a transcendent being.
I know you want to speak on this. Let's go, James.
That is such a great video.
You'll love that podcast. I've heard it already.
Yeah.
Good podcast.
Dude, I've seen clips from George Janko.
George Janko with Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk is a controversial figure, mainly because he's conservative, but that specific clip here is freaking phenomenal, man. If you really go back to like the strongest economic, the strongest even civil times, and people be like, the civil rights movement happened in the 60s. It's like, yeah, fuck yeah, that's so much progress that happened then with still good economic times. Well, this country was still at war with all this shit going on for a 30 to 50 year reign there. We by far in every category were the strongest country across the board. So where does that start? It starts with family structure. It starts with the church being the savior, not the state, regardless of religion. It starts with community, and then it starts with good leaders. How do we build good leaders? Well, we have to put more structure in the school. How do we put more structure in the school? We have more diversified teachers from color, race, and sex. Yes, we're losing men teachers at an incredible rate right now, and young men need other men to strive to look up for. And guess what? The female teachers are still amazing, have been amazing, and they're the core of education. I'm not saying get rid of them, but if we look at where education has went to, especially in the public sector, it's gone downhill. There's no denying that. And then with that being said, us as parents and as individuals, I'm 35, I'm a millennial. I believe we're the worst generation of parents that's ever lived. It's because we have put so much emphasis on the grandparents and the school to provide the responsibility that we've been blessed to be given. Look across the board. I know more grandparents right now raising their grandchildren than I've ever seen. I see more people using free preschool and just any public school as an outlet for childcare versus having someone in the house. So those little micro things end in a macro picture, which is exactly what Charlie Kirk's talking about.
Oh.
Now I'm going to get canceled, but...
No, why would you get canceled, bro?
I believe what I believe.
No, bro, his point makes a lot of sense. All right, here's your boy. Pick a number.
Let's go number 1.
No, 1. Here we go. Wait, how do I go? He doesn't... Oh, I have to... It's like I don't know how to... It's like I'm not a millennial. Okay, here we go.
Pitching Coca-Cola,
This is Jesse
a
Itzler.
coconut water product called
Jim is
Coco
currently
Plus.
in his
I was
program,
trying to
right?
get them to partner with me on something. And I found out that the guy who was coming to the meeting from Coke was a huge Yankee fan. We had this big meeting with all these guys in Coke and suits. And I called up A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez, who's the best player in baseball, playing for the Yankees. And I'm like, Rod, do you want shares in a coconut water company? He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, man, I'm going to get this deal with Coca-Cola. All you got to do is come to my office at 5 o'clock. I'm going to be in a meeting. Come out of the elevator, knock on the glass, and I'm going to be like, I can't meet with you today, man. I'm going to call you back and get back in the elevator and leave. He's like, all right. 5 o'clock comes. I'm in the middle of the meeting. Elevator comes up and I'm talking to the guys. The guy knocks on the door. He's like, I'm like, hey, Rod, can't do it now, man. I got a meeting. I'll call you at 7 o'clock. He's like, cool. He gets back in the elevator. The guy from Coke is like, are you kidding me? He's like, that was Alex Rodriguez. I was pitching Coca-Cola.
All right, that was a cool video. That was a good video. I think that just speaks to the volume of 2 things. 3 things. 1, research. 2, creativity. And 3, strategic partnerships. And actually, a 4th one is he didn't even know he was selling it yet, but he had a vision so big for coconut water that he was like, hey, you want shares on something huge. And he wasn't too prideful or too selfish. He just needed to get the deal done. So I think like preparation, that research, the creativity of just having him knock on the door and not come and pitch, because that speaks more about the person just based on who you're related to, the unselfishness of a deal, right?
Yeah, totally.
And then the 4th one is that strategic partnerships. That was a very creative way to do a deal. You'll be surprised how you can close deals if you get very creative and through network, because people trust you if I mean, those guys were huge Yankee fans, and they brought Alex Rodriguez, right?
Totally. No, I think that's so well said, man.
Okay. Our producer wanted us to put this cat, Mr. Daniel G. Shout out to Blad for recommending him. It's just Daniel G, right? Like that. Boom.
I don't even know who this guy is.
No, but I mean, look, he's interviewing Alex Hormozi.
That's cool.
He's good, bro. Actually, I'm excited to. I'm gonna go.
So I guess I'm about to learn who Daniel G is.
Yeah. Pick a number.
Let's go 9.
He's great at sales. He's been around for a while now.
You can't lose a customer that you've never had inside a business. If you go up to them and they say no to you, you're back at square one with no customers. You don't lose nothing. Dude, she's beautiful. Go tell her.
Dude, I'm just not looking good today, man. Maybe she has a boyfriend.
Brother, come here. If you don't go tell her she's beautiful, I guarantee you only one thing happens. You go back home, you date yourself, you make love to yourself, you eat sushi alone. That's it. You're in the same position. You can't lose the woman that you never had. You can't lose a freaking prospect that you never had inside a business. You don't lose nothing by doing more inside a business. Society has programmed you that if you go up to more people, you're going to get less. It's impossible. You're only in profit to the day you were born. To the day you die, guys, we're in profit. You can't lose a customer that you never had inside a business.
Those are 2 great lines right there. I'm sorry. What? You can't. I like the one they said society program does that. The more people you talk to, the more you like, the less you have, or the more you lose.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you're starting at 0. You're starting at 0, or whatever the baseline is. No, you can't go back from the baseline if you're just reaching out to more people. So I love that. That's a good framework. And the other one is we're always at profit. From the moment we're born, anything else after that is gain until the moment we die.
That's a really good point. He also mentioned something that goes back to the Jocko video, like don't wait for the perfect condition. I don't feel good today. I don't look good today. It's like, who cares? You got to move forward. And okay, well, I'll first ever Daniel G fan. I'll rate that a 10 out of 10.
100%. Check him out. Check him out. He's not big in our industry, but he's got substance. I would say he was here before Andy Elliott was here, huh? Daniel G goes way back, huh? They have similar energy.
Yeah.
They have similar energy. All right.
Here's my guy right here.
Ed Mylett. Pick a number.
6.
6. 1. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
When I'm listening to people, so many people want to tell me their old story. I used to be this, I used to do that, we were this. I want to know where you're going. What's the new story? What's the new character? Quit telling me about the old character and the old chapters and the old versions of you. Who's the new character? And at any time in our life, honestly, we walk out this door, we can decide to be a new character. We can literally step into a new role. We can be a little more confident, a little bit more bold, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more caring. Your former script is not your current one, but everyone keeps repeating the same script. And I'm just committed in my life. I struggle with this too, but I'm committed to thinking about the future, committed to thinking about the best version of me, not the current version. When I'm listening to people, many people.
Shout out to Nicholas Barely. I had a mentor this past time on my birthday. And I was reflecting about like how long I've came, you can say, right? Like how far I've come. And he's like, hey man, can I give you some advice? And it was exactly this advice. He's like, you gotta stop telling the old story. Because most people, we get stuck on the who we were in the old story, that how are we supposed to make room for the new one if that's still our base? It's like, no, that's not your base anymore. Your base is where you're at now. Now it's about building the new story.
Yeah, you've set a new benchmark. No, I love this video, man. I think that's good advice. It kind of goes back to a podcast we did earlier with Rocky Garza talking about the story you tell yourself, and is it the story you actually believe? I think it's important to reflect on how far you came from time to time, but I don't believe that should be your starting point.
Well, I think reflection shouldn't be an introduction.
Yeah, 100%.
Like you want to reflect in private, but don't come out here and introduce yourself as what you used to be.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, well said. Reflection should not be an introduction.
Boom.
Yeah, boom. That's right.
Imagine over 300 cleaning executives, all under one roof, ready to connect, collaborate, and build a community. Join your hosts, James Harper and Angel Sandoval, 11 keynote speakers and 8 expert panelists sharing the blueprint to scale your life and business. Head over to event.cleaningprofits.com for all the details. For being listeners, use code CEO30 for a 30% discount. See you there.
All right. I love that clip.
Yeah, it's good, man. For whatever reason, Ed Mylett always just connects with me, man.
All right, now we're doing personal podcasts that we love. The first one is James Cameron Haynes.
Hanes. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we should do a Goggins one.
No, I mean, I don't listen to him. All right, pick a number. I'll pick a number. I'm gonna go 8.
Okay. Go popular, I guess.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Came across somebody named the Hardest Geezer who's running the length of Africa.
Day 337 of running the entire length of Africa. 2 weeks to go. See you in Tunisia.
I've been following along on his journey too. Just a stud.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got like red hair, red beard.
Yeah.
You know, that's not even across Africa, but he's going the length of it, which is crazy amount of distance, like 7,000 miles.
That's something ridiculous. He followed the West Coast and then even kind of into that where Africa juts out. He didn't just take a straight line.
No, that's incredible what he's doing.
All right. I'm going to let you talk on that one, and then we're going to do one more.
Yeah, so I would just say that's a cool story, man. And coming from someone, Cameron Haynes, who runs like a madman, that's just a badass story.
Yeah. I mean, talk about pushing the limits.
Yeah, no doubt.
That homie woke up and said, you know what? I'm going to run 7,000 miles across Africa.
Yeah. Like, that's my goal.
Yeah. Like, why not? And that's actually something I always say. People are like, well, why are you doing this? And I'm like, well, why not?
Yeah.
So there we go. We are going to do... I have a feeling this is going to be...
Are you really the guy when it's freezing cold outside, you don't care, you put your beanie on anyways in the blizzard and you still go run and you still get up before you have to be to work and you got to take care of your kids and pack the lunch for your boys, drop off at the school bus? Did you get up at 3 a.m., go do all that before you got them ready, before you go and work your 12-hour day and then go home and do everything that needs to be done before you go to bed? Are you that guy? Or are you the guy that doesn't really work? Yup. You're living in your mom's basement. Yup. All the thing you have to do today is go to the gyms.
I lift things up and put them down.
So you make it look easy on social media. Like, is that you or are you the real guy?
Right.
Are you the motherfucker? Right? Are you really the guy when it's freezing?
What I took from this clip, man, is you hear a lot about, hey, are you going to wake up and do it? Like, I'll be honest, we were supposed to wake up this morning and we did not do it. It's not going to be perfect days.
Not to work out, no.
Yeah, not to work out, right? But, like, what I like about this clip, though, what he said right there at the end is what got me. He was like, are you the guy that's like, yeah, you might go work out, but look at the rest of your life. Like, but you're living in your mom's basement, right? That shit's easy when you have the perfect environment. Or are you the real motherfucker that gets up and juggles all the responsibilities? And you have to shift responsibilities to feed and fuel the other responsibilities. So I actually think like he ended it with a really strong, uncommonly talked about point right there.
I think it's like also like, are you the guy that you say you are?
Yeah, totally.
You know? All right, so this is I've been listening to this podcast. They talk a lot about theology. His name is Pint with Aquinas. We'll do a quick short. James, pick a number. I have no clue what's going to come out of this, so...
Let's go 8.
Oh, we're going to do 8 again. Look at this. Oh, crazy, bro. 4, 5.
I kind of want to watch one of those, honestly.
3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we're going to do...
Let's go.
Which one do you want to do?
I don't care.
My father stormed Normandy?
Let's do it.
Let's see. Well, you picked 8. We're going to keep the game.
Who's going to win the next election, and should we even care?
I no longer think that the system works in a way where the question can be answered. Now, if you ask me, if someone said, who do you think will be in the White House in 2 years?
What would you say?
Not Trump.
Really? Okay. Why?
I think they're going to put him in jail.
Oh, shit. The crazy part about this short is that it was recorded before he was convicted. That's why it says film 12/19/23.
Yeah.
Who's going to win the next?
Oh, man. We can get into government if we want, but I think indicting any president. Well, if you're going to indict one, you better indict all the other ones. That's the catch of all this.
I got one question for you.
Okay. And by the way, I never clicked popular, so we're going to redo it, but yeah.
Does Trump go to jail?
Yeah.
You think he does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he gets out. What did they put so far? Like 90 days, 60 days?
I don't even know.
I don't even know. I think he does. And I think he wins the election. That's my theory. Okay. Hey. Look, we just did a Candace Owens. But anyways, which one? Oh, what number do you want to do?
Let's go ahead. I'm not looking at...
Do one more.
Let's do 5. Ai Weiwei.
That's a good one. Okay.
People will often argue in this debate, we know more about homosexuality now than we did then. Maybe so. But are we really going to suggest that God knew less then than we know now?
What a line.
For either all of Scripture is God-breathed, or it isn't. Either we believe Christ, or we don't.
Oh, that is... Yeah. That is a really powerful line. I like his point that we might say that we know more about homosexuality today than we did back then, but are we really saying that God knew less back then? Either we're going to accept this as the inspired, inerrant word of God that we have to submit to, or we take our desires and we reinterpret the scripture to fit them.
People will often argue in this debate.
Dang, man. I'll let you share your thoughts.
That's a good... I like the last line. I like the last line. Either we're going to trust that God knew more back then. Because you're right. A lot of people are grabbing the Bible, tradition, and based on our desires and what we think is right, based on our own moral compass and our own understanding of the world, we're grabbing it and we're kind of skewing it so that it could benefit us. That's why there's so many denominations.
Like they kind of put it into the context that fits.
Yeah,
the narrative.
I mean, for someone like, listen, brother, it was men and women in the Bible, and that's how it's gonna be, and that's how it should be. To think that God didn't want that, or to think that maybe God didn't know enough back then to where like, oh, I didn't know where the times were gonna go. If I knew where the times were gonna go, maybe I would have changed it up a little bit, is so wrong and infallible. So every time you're creating something or taking something out of context and doing whatever you want to do with it to fit your reinterpreting it for your own desires, like you said, then I think you're questioning God. And so if you're truly faith-based, if you truly believe in God, then you have to know that he knew more then, and he knew everything then that he does now. Like it's a perfection. It's perfection. It's not, we'll see. What do you think he thinks? No, that's not how it works. That would be my, I don't know, but what do you think?
I think you made a good point that a lot of people are using scripture today to fit it to the context that pushes their narrative, whatever that narrative is, right? Not just within religions. People are using scripture to push context just to like prove a point and say, oh, God said this or the Bible said that. Yeah. And they're not really given the full picture. So yeah.
I don't like when people say like, oh, well, times have changed. Yeah, but when you say times have changed, yes, time changes, time progresses, but God doesn't.
Yeah.
Right? And so, all right. We're going to finish it off with two more here. We're going to go with the classics. Joe Rogan, of course. By the way, what we're doing could technically go south very fast. What the?
You got to just...
Does he only have that?
Go to just Joe Rogan shorts because Spotify owns it all now.
You're right.
So we're just going to pick a random... Oh, there you go. Hit JRE shorts. Boom.
All right.
Vlad, give us a number, bro.
Don't look. No, don't look. Just say a number, bro.
You have to hit popular.
Huh?
You have to hit popular.
Well, I'm not going to click it until you give me a number. Can't. Don't do that. It's a rule.
Do 10.
10. 5. Wait, there's 6? Oh, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I support people doing things that are difficult because I think through doing things that are difficult, you learn about yourself. My right arm, I have a tattoo of Miyamoto Musashi because I read a quote when I was 16 years old, when I was doing martial arts. I read the Book of Five Rings, and that's Miyamoto Musashi on my right arm. And he wrote this book, the Book of Five Rings, which was a book on strategy. And Miyamoto Musashi was a samurai who killed 62 men in one-on-one combat. And he wrote this quote, wrote this incredible book about it, but one of the things he wrote in the book was, once you understand the way broadly, you can see it in all things. And I think that all difficult things are development. They aid you in developing your human potential. And you find a way to get out of your own way by getting good at all kinds of things. You cut through the bullshit. I support people doing things that are difficult because I think
read that book
through doing things that are difficult.
I mean,
Book of Five Rings.
Yeah, the Book of Five Rings. That sounds awesome. I mean, definitely agree with the concept of doing difficult things for growth. But I think something I heard in that was like do multiple different difficult things.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can learn to see the whole picture.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
A lot of people only do difficulties in business or just fitness or just...
I'm going to go to CrossFit.
Yeah.
That's my difficult thing. It's like, hell yeah, that's good for you. And that is difficult. But can you also have a hard conversation?
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. I love how he said it. Do difficult things and multiple things so that you can learn to see the big way, the whole picture. I agree.
Hey, what's up, guys? Today's episode is brought to you by Cinch. If you're ready to take your commercial cleaning business to the next level, we have you covered. Maybe you're struggling with how to bid, how to create professional-looking proposals, or just how to ensure your customers' accounts are actually being cleaned at night. Introducing Cinch Janitorial Software. Cinch is a simple, user-friendly software that eliminates these types of struggles that you probably know all too well. Cinch simplifies your entire process and will supercharge your success because they remove paperwork headaches while creating a scalable, efficient, and profitable cleaning business. Get your free demo of Cinch at cleancinch.com. They're here to turn your business into a success story. That's cleancinch, CINCH.com. It's simple, it's Cinch.
All right, last one here.
Oh, this
Theo Vaughn. This is just more.
You
for
picked the number,
laughter.
man.
I love it. Theo Vaughn.
We might have to
We're gonna
pick
do number 13. Favorite number here: 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. I don't even know what this is gonna be.
My twin brother and my cousin are all mailmen.
Thank you. I'm glad to know that you guys are mailmen. I love that, dude. This is almost the Saving Private Ryan of letter carrying, that you don't let your brother go out into that communication war zone alone. Because a lot of people, they're like, yeah, my brother's a mailman. Like, your brother's a mail. And what, you're not out there with him? You're not out there monitoring, working the flank, seeing if dogs are attacking him, giving him guidance. There's a ring camera. There's a bee's nest. There's a angry resident. You're not out there? We got FedEx on the left. FedEx on the left. UPS just rolled in. Aboard. Mayday, mayday. Oh my God, DHL is here. Who the f*** are they? You got to be out there with your brother. You don't send your brother to do mail by himself.
Me, my twin brother, and my
What?
cousin are all
And
mailmen.
they're twin brothers, first of all. But, dude, I just love his creativity because, dude, it's just when your brain can process jokes like that, like the way he does it and creates them, I just think you have to be wise at a different level, in my opinion.
I just appreciate, I agree. He actually is very wise. And I don't think he gets enough credit yet for that. But I just love his, like, lighthearted attitude towards life.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
DHL just pulled up. Who the fuck are they? No one talks about these things, but yeah, who the hell sends things through DHL?
UPS is here. Aboard.
Oh, man. I just realized I didn't click popular, so we're going to do it 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, here we go.
That's the thing. Life hadn't been tricking anybody. Life's got two hands, bruh. And it'll give you some bird seed with one, and it'll punch you in the fucking neck with the other. That's life. Life will hand you a couple little butterscotches, bruh, with one hand, and then while you sucking on them mitts, hit you with the other hand. That's life. Life has always done that. It's that butterscotch freaking bad boy, son. It's James J. Brad Butterscotch. That's the thing. Life hadn't been tricking anybody.
Dude, he ain't wrong.
Life's got two hands.
He is not wrong, though, bro. He's not wrong.
That's what I love about him, because it's comedy. It's like Dave Chappelle. It's like, it's comedy. Cat Williams, they're comedy, but they're truth at the same time. Life does make things look like they're just feeding.
It's pretty sweet, and then it humbles you real
and then
fast.
just, boom.
But one more, dude. We got to do
right.
one more, Theo.
Now you get to pick. Here we go.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
Him applying for a job.
What sketch? This one?
What are you good at?
I like eating and sleeping.
Okay. And what are you not good at?
Everything.
What are you good at?
I like.
That's him applying to a job. Oh my God. All right, let's see.
Just scroll and click, bro.
Oh, dude, this is one of my favorite shorts.
Oh, the one with Drisky?
Let's see it. Let's see it.
I think the one with this guy just
Look, Dave Ramsey.
All right, let's do good old Dave.
Let's see, just to make sure. Anything could happen in a van. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. Theo Vaughn talking with Dave Ramsey. Everybody knows Dave Ramsey.
When I think back on jobs that I had, like I used to sell hamsters outside of raves when I was young. I worked in dairy. I sold Mexican food door to door. I used to clean out wishing wells in our town. We had a plethora of wells in our parish. What else? Collecting cans and taking them over to the scales. I sold Italian or semi-Italian food. Just all types of things. Like when I think back on jobs that I had, like I used to sell hamsters outside of raves when I was young.
Dude, number one, selling hamsters outside of raves, bro. You would have bought one, dog. Angel, for those that don't know, is an old school raver. Was. And, dude.
I would totally buy a hamster outside of rave.
God, dude, selling Mexican food door to door. What are you selling?
Bro.
That's real? Is that real? In El Paso, people sell Mexican food?
Tamales.
Yeah, tamales, I guess you could. But that happens in El Paso?
Yeah, they sell enchilada plates.
Bro,
Plates?
Look, we're not going to see all of it, but check this homie out, bro. He's a door-to-door salesman, but just for pizza. So he's doing it as a test, bro.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do one, man.
And I've seen it, and it works.
Hi there.
Hello.
I'm with Fat Daddy-O's Pizza here. We're a local pizza place. What I wanted to do was save you money on delivery. If you're in the market for a pizza, I got one hot and ready for you right here if you want a cheese or a pepperoni.
Sure, I'll take pizza.
Alrighty. So if you want cheese, and we got pepperoni too.
I'll take your cheese. Sure.
Cheese? Perfect. $18.
All right.
Yep, there it is.
Pizza.
Thank you, Keith.
All right.
Appreciate you.
All right, man.
Bro, and then the comments
Enjoy.
are like, bro, somebody pulled up to my house with a pizza. There's no way you don't buy it.
Exactly. I'm wondering if people just buy it like kind of out of the
that I would replace my
appreciation shock factor.
And then look, this is how real sale
Going
right
door
here.
to
Look.
door in the neighborhood selling pizzas. I'm a local pizza shop, and gentleman down there, Keith, just bought one. So I was wondering if you're interested. We got one more for you, hot and ready pizza. Fat Daddy-O's Pizza.
Okay. So no, I'll check you out. Don't need a pizza now.
Okay.
But I appreciate it, man. What do you got in there, just out of curiosity?
Oh, this is a pepperoni pizza. Take a look at our pies.
Oh, yeah. God, it looks good, man.
Doesn't it?
18?
18. Yeah.
Let him talk. Yeah. Don't say anything.
Checks the wrist.
Well, if you want me, I can swing by your house if you want.
Boom.
Plans for lunch. All right, I'm going to do it.
Alrighty.
You're a hell of a salesman. Your name is?
Christopher. Thank you very much.
Okay, there's actually some sales things to take away from here. One, he's confident. Two, he's also really calm. And I think we always talk about being assertive and aggressive and high energy in sales. That definitely plays a part. But he's really calm with who he is, and his approach was very human. And once he went for the ask, what do you got in there? He just said my pie, or $18 is what my pie is for.
Well, and then, dude,
he got quiet.
Here too, bro. You're hell of a salesman, but it says all dude had to do was show him the pizza sometimes. And I remember Raquel saying this. She's like, I just cleaned one bathroom for like $200 and it landed me the whole building.
That's
right? Like,
yeah.
Sometimes you just got to do your part, you know? Dude thought he was the one fishing, but in reality just got hooked.
As soon as he saw his pizza.
And then it's like, imagine talking to your wife. It's like, hey, what are we doing for lunch? Oh, I got nothing planned. Hey, I'm going to buy a pizza. Oh, you want me to order it? No, there's a guy out here, like a random guy from Fat Daddy-O's. I'm just going to get it from him.
I want a pizza, bro.
Now I'm hungry.
Like, dude, that guy sold me.
No, but honestly, guys, the whole point of doing this stuff, one, we wanted to make something more light, something more fun. But you also have to think of the creativity of all these videos. There's a reason they're popular. Some of them are topics that need to be talked about that we're not talking about. That's one. Two, the rest, we just wanted to laugh with you guys. I think Theo Von's so funny. I laugh completely at that. And then that took us here. A lot of the topics or a lot of people that we picked, bro, weren't like pre-planned, like, oh, pick this video. That's why we're picking random numbers. But when they were like the influencers, they were talking about very similar things. Look at the trending topics and the trending videos, and that tells you about the conversations that are happening worldwide right now.
And dude, these a lot of these influencers are not connected.
Yeah.
Like Cameron Haynes does not freaking hang out with Daniel G.
The only catch is they are all conservative. I'll give you that one. That we did pick all of them conservative. But that's us, so I don't mind.
I mean, I don't know Theo Von's
I don't know
standpoints. I don't know Ed Mylett's, but like Yeah, and they definitely lean more conservative.
But I think regardless if you're Republican, Democrat, liberal, conservative, not conservative, 1, protect your kids. 2, laugh.
Yeah, totally.
3, challenge yourself. And 4, go do some door-to-door sales.
Can we all agree on that?
And get a pizza.
Yeah. Can we all agree on that?
All right, man. Thanks for being part of this podcast. Appreciate you all. God bless America.
And that way he don't play like no way. So I gotta get